What are chess outposts and how to use them? Imagine having a secret stronghold deep in your opponent's territory where your pieces can operate freely and threaten their position. That's what an outpost is in chess. An outpost is a square on the board that is protected by one of your pawns and cannot be attacked by your opponent's pawns. This makes it a safe spot for your pieces to sit and exert influence. Usually, these squares are found beyond your fourth rank 4 white or behind your fourth rank 4 black. They are often in the center files like C, D, E, or F, but can also be on the sides if they give a strategic advantage. The most common piece to occupy an outpost is the knight. Once a knight is placed on an outpost, it can't be chased away easily because it's protected by your pawns. From there, it can attack many squares in the enemy's camp, creating threats and limiting their options. Other pieces like bishops, rooks, or queens can also use outposts, depending on the position. To find a good outpost, look for squares protected by your pawns that your opponent cannot challenge easily. For example, if your opponent's pawns have moved forward or been exchanged, a square might become an outpost. Outposts are often on semi-open files, where one side's pawns are missing, giving your pieces more room to move and attack. There are two types of outposts. An absolute outpost is fully protected by your pawns and can't be challenged by enemy pawns or pieces. For example, a knight on d5 protected by a pawn on c4 with no enemy pawn able to threaten it. A relative outpost can be challenged by enemy pawns, but doing so would weaken their position, like creating weak pawns or squares. Using outposts effectively means placing your knights on these squares to maximize their activity. You can use them to control key areas and restrict your opponent's pawn breaks or piece movement. Supporting your outpost with other pieces like bishops or rooks can make it even more powerful. Sometimes, preparing pawn moves to create or reinforce an outpost can turn the tide of a game. In the middle game, controlling and establishing outposts can give you a strong positional advantage. Good players look for opportunities to set up outposts early and use them as bases for attacks or to defend critical squares. Recognizing these squares and maneuvering your pieces to occupy them can make a big difference in how the game unfolds. Remember, the key is to find squares protected by your pawns that your opponent can't easily challenge. Occupying these outposts with your pieces can give you a significant edge by controlling important parts of the board and limiting your opponent's options.